All right, we're going to pick up where we left off, right? We left off with Jefferson's method. Now we're going to do Adams' method. And I'm going to show you a cool little trick, as long as you're using the same numbers, that we can save time finding the standard divisors and the standard quotas. So if you've already done all the standard divisors and standard quotas, you can just Control-C, and then you can use Control-V to paste it right in the same spot, as long as it's exactly the same. Now notice I went back and copied from Hamilton because we didn't change our standard divisor like we did in Jefferson. Okay, so now I've got Adams' method. I found my standard divisor the same way. I found my standard quotas. If you're still having trouble with that, go back and watch the video about Hamilton and Jefferson's method again to see how I found those. Now Adams' method is a little bit different than Jefferson's method because Adams' method says to do the upper quota. Okay, so 21.4 rounds up to 22, 17.1 rounds up to 18, up to 17, up to 14, up to 7. All right, and we're going to sum those up just like we have before. Notice I have that spot highlighted because I want my upper quotas to add up to the number of seats, 75. Right now we have 78 seats, okay? So that means I need to guess bigger than 720.5. Okay, because this is too many seats, right? It's more than 75. I have to guess bigger. So I'm going to guess 745. I come over here, type in 745. Remember, when I click enter, all my standard quotas are going to change. So watch this. I click enter, they all changed. So now I have to go ahead and change my upper quotas. So that's 21, that's 17, that's 16, that's 13, that's still 7. Uh-oh, now I have too few seats, right? I'm supposed to have 75. Now I only have 74. Okay, so I got to guess again, and since it's smaller than the number of seats, I have to guess smaller than 745. So my number must be in between 720 and 745. I'm going to guess 738 and see what happens. All right, so that one's still 21. Remember, we're doing upper quotas. That one's still 17. Well, now 16.1, that's going to go up to 17. That still goes up to 13. That still goes up to 7. And I have found my solution, right? 738 as a modified divisor gave me the perfect number of seats when I did the upper quota. So again, if you're turning this in on your homework, I want all of that work right there. The final SQs, the final UQs, upper quotas, and all of your guesses. Our last method is the Webster method. And again, we have to do the same process, so I'm going to go back up to Hamilton's method. Copy and paste all of those. Right? And then they're going to have the same standard divisor, same standard quotas. But now Webster method, different than Adams and Jefferson, Webster says round like normal. Rounding like normal means if it's 0.5 or higher, you round up. If it's 0.49 or lower, you round down. So 0.41 is going to round down to 21. 0.14 is going to round down to 17. Notice this one's 0.50, so that goes all the way up to 17. 0.24 rounds down to 13, and 0.69 is going to round up to 7. We sum these up, and what's great about Webster is sometimes, like in this case, it gives you the exact answer just by rounding. Now that won't happen every time. Sometimes you're going to have to make guesses, and remember, if the number's too big, you guess a little bit bigger. If the number's too small, you guess a little bit smaller. So this one worked out perfect. Okay, so go ahead and attempt those problems on your homework sheets. And if you have any questions, I'm no more than an email away. Good luck.